Hello guys, this is Ashley. Welcome to our Essential Oils for Beginners class. I'm really excited to be teaching you all tonight. So I have my oils here that I'm going to be going over, and I have my diffuser here, so it's going. So I encourage you all to grab your oils, and it's fun to have your oils with you as we go through some of them, and so it's fun to experience them as we're talking about them. So it's nice that you have yours as well. So the first thing is I'm just going to introduce myself real quick. My name is Ashley, like you guys all should know. My family and I have been using oils for about 8 years now, and we love them. We were looking forward to using oils. We were looking forward to doTERRA opening up their company and starting, and we had heard really good things about them, and so it was a time in the world where we needed pure, clean oils again. We didn't have all the, there weren't very many options for oils, and so we were excited and looking forward to doTERRA opening their doors, and so we started using them as soon as possible. And we loved them. I had a 6-month-old daughter at the time, and she was very premature, and they swore that she would have RSV every year and asthma and allergies and a whole bunch of respiratory issues. And we supported her body through essential oils, and she is perfectly healthy. Saw lots of different health results and health benefits using the oils, and so about 2 years later we decided we just have to share them with everyone we know, and so I started teaching classes, and I've never looked back. I love sharing oils with people. I love empowering families. I love empowering parents and moms to be able to take care of themselves, number one, but also their families in a very safe and effective way. So I'm excited to start with some oils. First off, I'm just going to tell you where oils come from, and most of you probably know, but they simply come from plants. They're the pure extracts from the aromatic compounds extracted from the plants, and they're usually on the outside of the plant because their job is to protect the plant. So we find them on the outside of an orange peel or on the outside of a leaf, lying on top of a leaf. There are these little oil sacs that are on top, and their job is to protect the plant. So they keep any harmful pathogens away from it, and then they help nourish and support the plant's growth as well. So my favorite, one of my favorites is wild orange. And wild orange, if you by chance have this, take it out and smell it and put a drop in your hand and rub it together and just kind of smell it and breathe it in for a minute. And wild orange is a citrus, and that oil comes from the outside of the plant. So it just kind of reminds me what oils are and where they come from. It's just they're pure, and they come from all over the world. They come from their indigenous place on where the plant is grown. So you can't necessarily take an orange tree and plant it here and have it have all the beautiful properties as where this orange is harvested, which I think is Dominican Republic. So they come from all over the world in their indigenous place, so they have all the perfect properties. The weather is good for them, the moisture, the soil, everything. And doTERRA works individually with the farmers and with the farms. They have what's called co-impact sourcing, and so they work with the farmers and help teach them how to harvest them properly, and it's a great partnership that they have with all of the farmers, and the farmers sell exclusively to doTERRA. So their priorities are purity. They are free of synthetics, pesticides, herbicides, any extracts that shouldn't be in there, and any other oil compounds that shouldn't be in there, besides what is in this plant, what's on like this wild orange. So they're very particular on the purity, and they're very particular on the potency. They want them harvested at just the right time in the peak conditions, and distilled at the proper timing, so all those good compounds are in the oil, all the medicinal compounds. So there's a lot of work that doTERRA does to go into making sure that the oils are pure and potent. So Wild orange is just kind of my favorite to kind of open us up and kind of get talking about them. So there's 3 different ways to use oils. The first way is topically. It's probably my favorite way. I love to just put them on my hands and just kind of rub them wherever feels good to me. I just kind of start rubbing them on, and I can smell them, and they get into my system very quickly. So when we put them on our skin, they're lipophilic, so they get right into our skin, right past our little layer of fat, and they get right into our system right where they need to go, and they help balance and benefit and service every single cell in our body within about 30 seconds. So it's very powerful when you put them on your skin. And you can use them neat, meaning without any dilution, or you can use them diluted. You can use a carrier oil. I like to use fractionated coconut oil with them. It depends on the oil. Some of them I don't dilute, like the wild orange, I just put on. If it was a warmer oil or a tingly one that was just too intense for skin, then you might want to dilute it. Or if you want to spread it around on a larger area, like a back, you could dilute it. It oftentimes lasts a little bit longer in our system as well if we dilute it. The oils get into our system and kind of peak really quickly. They're really strong and potent, and they do their job really quickly. And if we, I think they peak at maybe an hour or 2. And if we can dilute them, and then that peak lasts a little bit longer, and they kind of hang out in our system a little bit longer before going back down. So dilution is always good. It's totally optional, though, on most of the oils. So I love to put them on me, and it's really simple. The rule of thumb is wherever you feel like you have an issue, put the oil on. So if your head is bothering you, rub it on your head. If maybe you're kind of have a stiff neck or have some stress or tightness going on, put them there. If your stomach hurts, put them on your stomach. If you're dealing with a respiratory issue, then put them right on your chest. If your knee hurts, put it on your knee. If you're not sure where to put it, bottoms of your feet is a great place, or your back. I love to put them all down our backs or my kids' backs. So it you got a lot of organs in there. You got your nervous system, your spinal cord there. You have, there's just a lot going on right in our torso. And so putting them right on our back, I feel like it gets into our system really quickly, and they can work very quickly. So like I said, if you're not sure where to put them, back or feet are always a safe place. There's just 2 rules where you don't want to put them. You don't want to put them in your eyes, and you don't want to put them directly in your ears. You can rub it around your eyes, and you can rub it around your ears. Sometimes I'll just kind of wipe it, but you don't want to drop it in your ear. So they're not going to necessarily harm your eye or your ear, but it's going to hurt. It's going to sting. So the best thing to do is just take some coconut oil. I love doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil. If you don't have that, you can use regular cooking oil. You can use olive oil. You can use lotion, something with an oily texture to it, and just rub it on the area, and it takes away the sting immediately. So just as a safety precaution. Okay, so the next way that we can use them is through aromatherapy, is through either just smelling them. You guys all saw me with the wild orange. I smelled it first thing, so that's breathing it in and smelling it. When we breathe the oils in, it triggers our olfactory nerve, and it's the best way to get to our emotional center. And it's the best way to open up learning, and there's lots of different things when we stimulate our sense of smell. And so smelling them is really, really powerful. So I always smell them when I first put them on. And then my second favorite thing to use is a diffuser. So I love putting them in a diffuser and having a diffuser run. It's kind of part of my morning routine. I get my kitchen clean and going in the morning after breakfast, and I put water in my diffuser and put a few drops of oil in it. So you can kind of see the steam coming up right here. So the oils in the diffuser, because they're antibacterial and antiviral, they clean the air and they kill the germs in the air. So I love feeling like my house is clean and not full of germs, especially if someone's been sick. So the other thing, of course, is it's very mood uplifting. So those are the 2 primary ways I use it. I use the diffuser, and you get that aromatherapy for my mood and my emotions, and then also to clean, just have clean, fresh air. What happens when one person gets sick in your house? Everybody gets sick. And so with the diffuser, oftentimes you can prevent that because you're keeping the air clean, and you're hopefully not breathing in the same, germs that maybe your your daughter or sister had. So it helps keep things a little bit more clean. They've done lots of studies with the diffuser. They've put 16 different germs in a room, MRSA, staph, strep, viruses, all in a room. And after 12 minutes of diffusing oils, it's completely eliminated all of the germs. 99.9% of all the germs were eliminated. So diffuser is very powerful to dilute oils. You want an ultrasonic diffuser. All of doTERRA's are definitely ultrasonic. But you definitely want ultrasonic diffuser. It breaks up the oils into microfine particles and disperses it into the air. And because the particles are so small, when we breathe them in, it gets into our lungs and into our bloodstream. Some oils or some diffusers, if they're not ultrasonic, it's just like a humidifier, and it just gets into the air, and there's so much water with it coming out, it weighs it down, and it doesn't do a lot of good. So you want it where it's going to break up the water and oil molecule microscopically, very, very small. Okay, so that's the diffuser, and as we go along, I'll give you some of my favorite oils to put in the diffuser. The third way is to use them internally. So because doTERRA's oils because doTERRA is so big on their purity, you can take these internally. There's several that are labeled GRAS, the GRAS, the generally regarded as safe, and they actually have a supplements facts box on it. So I'm going to hold this up, and you see how it has that box on it? It's like what our food, it's the same label that's on our food. So they're considered supplements, and so not all of them, but majority of them, you just want to check the label and make sure you can use it for internal use. But they're really good for our digestive system, our urinary tract, our immune system. They're really good for our bodies when we get them in our system as well. It doesn't take very many drops, only a few drops. I love to put it in my water every day. So I have it's good to either be in stainless steel or glass. And so I put just a few drops in my water each day, and I drink it, and it's just a really good gentle cleanse, gentle detox every day. My favorite oils to do that with are the citrus oils. So this is lemon, and I love to put lemon in my water, and I'll show you guys really quick. So I have my glass, and I put a lid on it because my kids will get into it and maybe spill it. So I just kind of drop maybe 1 or 2 or 3, however many fall in there. I like to use a straw just because I like to stir it around. Oil and water don't mix very well, so you kind of want to stir it, and it gives it a great lemon fresh taste. It's also, like I said, very cleansing and detoxing to our system. So internally is a great way to use them. You can also, doTERRA has pre-made soft gels that you can take. Some of the oils are already in a soft gel that you can take. Oftentimes, you can get empty gel capsules. doTERRA also has empty veggie caps for sale, and you just pull them apart, fill whatever drops of oil you want in them, close them back up, and swallow them like a pill. And it's really easy to get oils internally that way. So I take it internally when we're sick or when we have some digestive stuff going on. Some of them I just like to drink them every day. There's a few that I kind of at different times I'll take. So internally is definitely a way that we use them. You can't use any other oils that way, any other company, any other brand. doTERRA is big on their purity. They're the top of the line, top quality, and so I definitely do not recommend using any other oils internally. So just so you know, if you can find oils anywhere now, and they're not very good oils, and they definitely are not pure, and so you definitely don't want to use them internally. So just as a little safety factor there. Okay, so lemon. Lemon, like I said, we use it in our drinking water. I love to put it in the diffuser. Lemon is such a fresh, clean smell. I use it, it's kind of a gentle cleanse, kind of a detoxing oil. So I don't probably wear this one very much. I usually just put it in my water or diffuse it. I do also clean with it. I'll put it in a spray bottle with water, just a few drops, maybe with a little bit of vinegar. And that's how my counter sinks, mirrors, everything gets cleaned with oils and water and vinegar. So they're all antibacterial and antiviral, so pick the scent that you like, and you can clean with it. And lemon is relatively inexpensive too, so it's a good option to use for cleaning. Okay, so my next one I'm going to tell you about is lavender. So lavender is very calming, very soothing. A lot of us are probably familiar with lavender. If you've used any oils, normally it's lavender. Lavender, we like to, this is our kids' bedtime oil. So we'll just put a few drops in our hand and rub it all down their backs or the back of their neck before bedtime or on their feet. So this is one of our favorite bedtime oils. The other thing is it's good for skin sensitivities too. So any itchy, dry, rash, any skin issue it's really good for. I have a daughter that is really sensitive to different kinds of soaps and her grass, and there's lots of things that will just make her really itchy, and I can put lavender all over her and it completely stops the itch. So it's good because it stops the itch, number one, and it soothes the skin and that skin irritability. But the other thing is it's a natural antihistamine. So it actually helps your immune system and balance out that allergy and balance out that inflammatory response. And so it's really good for those seasonal threats and those skin irritants. I have trouble with cats. I don't do cats very well. There's a neighborhood cat that runs around and loves my kids. It comes running when it sees my kids, and my kids love it, and they'll hold it and pick it up and take it in the garage and set up a whole little bed for it. And anyway, they adore this cat. And they come inside and then they give me a hug, and my eyes just start watering. They get really red, really itchy. And so what I do is I put a few drops of lavender. I wipe it around my eye, not in, but I wipe it around my eye, and sometimes I'll put a drop underneath my tongue and wash it down with some water. I don't usually add it to my water because I don't want to drink that much lavender oil. It doesn't taste very good. So I just wanted one drop. I've also put just one drop in a tiny little, like a shot glass, and just got it down in one swig. So it's your preference, but it's really good to balance your immune response internally. So I usually will take a drop of it internally. So we use it for calming, like for sleep, for skin irritants, and allergies. Those are probably our three uses we use for lavender. I love to diffuse it at night as well. Peppermint is one of my favorites. Peppermint is probably the opposite of lavender. It's kind of how I like to think of it. It's very invigorating. It wakes you up. It opens up your respiratory system, opens up your digestive tract. And so I will put a drop on my hand, and I just like to rub it on my throat. My husband had a cough last night, and he got up and put some peppermint oil on, and it helped. I didn't hear him again cough. So peppermint right on the throat helps with the cough. Really good for your respiratory system. So rubbing it on your chest, and it's really good for your digestive tract. So you can rub it on your belly. You can put a drop in some water and drink it down. It's really good for any sort of heartburn or indigestion, any sort of digestive upset. It's really good for. It's also good for pain. I'll wipe it on my forehead if I'm having some head pain. You'll hear a lot more about peppermint. It's in several of the blends because it's so versatile. Peppermint is one we use a lot. It's also one of my favorites to put in the diffuser. I actually pair wild orange and peppermint together in the diffuser. That's probably one of my favorite combinations. So those two are great in the diffuser together. One of my also favorites, these are all my favorites, is frankincense. So frankincense is a wonderful oil. It has thousands and thousands of uses. Anything that essential oils are good for, this will probably do the trick. So it's calming, it's soothing to the skin, it's antibacterial, it's antiviral, it's good to support our hormones, it's good to support our neurological system and our brains. Really good. I put this on my kids a lot, just the back of their necks. Just it helps them focus during homework time, and it helps just their brains. It helps all of our neurotransmitters just kind of connect and work better together. So it's really good to support the neurological system. So we use this all the time. You can see it's about empty. Melaleuca is another one of our favorites. So Melaleuca probably isn't one that we use every day, but I'm really thankful to have it on hand when we do. This is one that is one of the strongest antibacterial and antiviral and antifungal oils. So we use this if something is wrong, if we think we have something. I love to rub it around for earaches. Or for congested, we'll put it on. Anything, I'll rub it on my lymph system to help kind of clear out any drainage. We used it on my daughter's ingrown toenail that had got infected. It completely took care of it. I use it for my face sometimes if I get a pimple or a zit that pops up. It's really good for skin, anything infectious. It's wonderful. It's very, very high medicinal properties, and it's very gentle on the skin. So I can put it right on my kids, and it's perfect for them. It's fine. And it's like $19, $20. So it's a lot more cost effective for me and just safer and no side effects and easier. When my kids have a ear infection or an earache, I can rub a few drops of this around their ear and a few times a day for a few days, and they feel better instantly. But I usually keep doing it for a few times in a few days and try and be consistent with it, and it's gone and they feel better, versus if I went, and for $20, versus if I went to the doctor and paid a doctor's fee, paid the prescription, all of that. It's going to be way more. I'm not against the medical field in any way. I'm a nurse. That's my background. But if I can use something at home that's safe and effective, that works on my child, and avoid that whole scenario, then I'm going to. So if it didn't help and it didn't go away and they weren't getting better, I would take them in. But thankfully, we haven't had to do that. They've worked every single time. So I'm very thankful to have Melaleuca on hand for those times. Oregano is very, very similar to Melaleuca. It has same strong antibacterial, antiviral properties, but it is what we call a hot oil. It's very strong. It's not one that's gentle like Melaleuca that I just want to rub on anywhere. It's needs to be used with a carrier oil, so with like fractionated coconut oil, or in a capsule and taken internally. That's most often how we use it, is I put it in a capsule and we'll take it internally if we're feeling sick. This is the strongest antibacterial oil, and it will wipe out anything. We've used it for strep throat. We've used it for several things, and it is amazing. So oregano, again, not one we probably use every day, but definitely one we're very thankful to have on hand when something does come up, or even just I've heard the neighborhood kids were sick or there's something going around. We'll maybe start using this just to prevent and get rid of anything before we show symptoms of it. Is definitely how we would use it as well. And we're usually pretty good to prevent getting sick. Okay, so those are kind of single oils that doTERRA has. They come from one plant, they're put in one bottle, and they're very simple: lemon, lavender, peppermint, one oil. What doTERRA has done that I really love is they've combined all the best oils for a certain system of our body and put it into one bottle, and then labeled it so we know how to use it. So it makes it really, really easy. So this one is Breathe. This oil has all the best oils for our respiratory system in it. It has peppermint in it. It has eucalyptus. It has melaleuca and lemon to kill off germs. It has lots of really good oils, just perfect for supporting a respiratory system. So if you're stuffy and you're congested and you're not sure what to use, and you're like, oh, I have all these oils and I'm not sure what to use for my respiratory system, the name hopefully helps you out. It's Breathe. Okay, I want to breathe better, so I'm going to put this on. So it makes it really, really simple to kind of remember what to use the oils for. So this is Breathe. This is our respiratory blend. We put this on our chest. We put this on our backs. We'll put it on the bottoms of our feet. I'll rub it again on my lymph system. I'll put it on my sinuses to help clear them, and I love to diffuse this oil because I'm breathing it right in and getting it into my system and help clearing out my lungs and congestion. We use this one a lot on my daughter when she was really, really little, and they just warned us of all the respiratory issues that she would have. We use this one a lot, and she hasn't had any issues. So we've been very, very happy with this, very thankful for this oil. Okay, so my next one is Digest Zen. So this is same concept as Breathe. It has all the best digestive oils in one bottle and labeled for your digestive system. So it's Digest Zen. Zen means balance. So this balances your digestive system. So anything with your digestive system, whether it's bloating, gassy, maybe you just feel like you ate too much, diarrhea, constipation, any extreme, it helps your body bring it back in to balance. It's wonderful. So you can just put a drop, rub it right on your stomach. It takes away a stomachache in less than like a minute. And you won't believe me until you try it, but it seriously works so fast. You can put it in a little bit of water and drink it down if you want, and get it just to kind of get all through your digestive tract. You can put it in a capsule if you don't want to taste it. It kind of has a black licorice taste to it. So it has peppermint again in it, ginger, fennel, caraway, coriander, anise, lots of really great oils to support your digestive tract. Anytime my kids come up to me and say, Mom, I have a bellyache, this is what we turn to. They know, they lift up their little shirts and we put this on their bellies and they're happy and they run off and play. So we've never had nights of where my kids are throwing up for 2 nights in a row or 3 nights in a row all night. We put this on, they're usually fine. Maybe they throw up once or twice, get whatever's out of their system. We put this on and they're maybe put a little bit of lemon or something in their water and they're fine and good to go. So this one has saved us many times. I've had food poisoning where you're going from both ends and usually it lasts a few days. This took care of it very, very quickly. We don't travel or go anywhere without this. This is definitely one of my top 5 favorite oils to have always on hand. My next one is On Guard. So On Guard, I think of like On Guard, like your protective blend. So this blend is for your immune system. It protects you. We are, we're out in the world, we're touching grocery carts and around, snotty noses and, and it's hard we can't just kind of stay in our little bubble. And so this protects us. And so I put this on my kids' back or my kids' feet, put it on my back, my feet, either every morning or every night, and we get it into our system. And so it just kind of keeps us protected and keeps all of the germs that are out there at bay. I also love, love, love to diffuse it. This is the one that was put in the diffuser with the story at the beginning, and I said it destroys all the germs in the air within 12 minutes. This was On Guard that was tested. So it is very powerful. It has orange in it, cloves, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Those are like the top 5 oils for destroying pathogens. It is amazing for killing off germs. So I love this one. It comes in a pre-made soft gel. So oftentimes we'll just take a soft gel and take a pre-made capsule of it if we're not feeling good. We'll diffuse it. We rub it on our backs. Sometimes we have to dilute this one with the carrier oil. I have 2 of my kids I can put on their back straight with no problem. My other daughter prefers a carrier oil. She says it's kind of intense and her back gets kind of itchy, and she likes it with some coconut oil. It's a little bit strong for her. So just know you always have that option. You can always put on the a carrier oil if they're too strong. Do not wash it off. Do not try and put water on. Say you accidentally get oregano, a really hot one, on your on your wrist or your neck or maybe a sensitive area, or you rub your eye accidentally, it's going to burn. Don't use water. It will make it 10 times worse. Get, like I said, coconut oil, olive oil, lotion, something, and put it on the area, and it will immediately take away the sting. So just a little reminder. So On Guard, sometimes you might have to do it for an infant or babies or children. I definitely would dilute it for yourself. It just depends on how your skin reacts to it. One of my other favorite ones this is probably my husband's favorite, is Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is for deep, soothing relief. It's when you have some pain. It's good for back pain, joint pain, muscle pain, any kind of trauma, sprained ankles, any kind of chronic, any kind of pain. It works really well. Again, it has peppermint in it. Told you'd hear a lot about that one. Wintergreen, camphor, blue tansy, blue chamomile, helichrysum. Helichrysum is awesome for pain and inflammation. And then osmanthus. So it has lots of great oils that are for pain. And this is not one that you take internally. It has a little bit different safety lid on there, and it says right on there, do not take internally. And so this is one you use topically. You put it on your knees, your back, wherever hurts. This is where you would put it on. Aroma Touch is another one for pain. This one is one of my favorites as well. This is more for muscles or circulation. This is the massage blend. So this has all the best oils in it to support your circulatory system, getting things circulating, getting things moving, getting your muscles warmed up. It does have peppermint in it as well, but as peppermint, marjoram, really good for muscles, basil, grapefruit, and lavender. So this one, this is the one that I use when I feel like I need a massage. Like my muscles are just tight, I'm stiff, I'm achy, like I just want a massage. This one is called Aroma Touch. So this is your massage blend oil. Thank you. Yep, I'm glad I could answer your question. This is the one where you get achy legs maybe at the end of the day, or maybe you get tingly legs. This is really good for that kind of pain. Past tense is also one of my favorites. It's another one for pain. So you have kind of 3 options for pain depending on the kind. You have Deep Blue, you have Aroma Touch for like muscle circulation, massage kind of stuff, and then past tense, which is for tension, tenseness. So head tension, neck tension, back tension, when the muscles are all just tight and they're just, when I was a nurse and working 12-hour shifts, I would have this one in my bag all the time, because after a 12-hour shift, my back would just be so tight and so tense, and I would just roll this on my back and all those muscles would just relax. It's like they finally got the stretch that they needed, and it is really good. I also use it for menstrual cramps, headaches, any kind of just tense pain that you just want it to just kind of release that tension. Really good. And I love that it comes in a roll-on. Another great one is Slim and Sassy. This is our metabolic blend, and it has peppermint in there again, cinnamon, lemon, grapefruit, some citrus oils to help cleanse and detox, but it balances your metabolism. And so it helps your body balance out its blood sugars, balance out its stress levels. When our bodies are stressed, hormone levels go up, cortisol goes up, and so it tells our body to store and gain weight. And so this helps kind of our body bring down that cortisol level, help it kind of go into that rest and digest mode, and kind of help our body so it can relax and it can get rid of the extra weight that we might be carrying. Plus, it's very cleansing and detoxing. Grapefruit is especially really good at getting into our fat cells where fat and toxins are stored and detoxing them, so then our fat cells can shrink back up. So this is a great blend to help for weight loss, or for supporting your metabolism, and for toning up. So these are kind of my top oils. These are the ones that I have in my carrying case all the time. These are my definite go-tos. I love these oils. Really quick, I'm just going to give you guys a few options tell you guys a little bit about doTERRA and a little bit about how their purchasing works. So you can buy oils if there's something that you want. If doTERRA has over 55, 60 oils, by the way. So if there's an oil that you want and you're interested in, I'm happy to sell it to you, and you can get it from me, and I can order it for you. But I just want to share with you their wholesale account information. So doTERRA has a really great wholesale option, and you can open up your own account. It's quick, it's easy. I can help you do it. But then you're able to go online and order as much or as little oils as you want. There's no requirement, no monthly minimum amount. It's just like Costco. You pay your membership fee, and then you can shop as much or as little as you want. And so their membership fee is $35, and you can pay their $35, and then you get 25% off of their wholesale, or of their retail price. You get wholesale prices. It's my price. The other thing is, if you don't want to pay that, then you can pay the $35 and you can purchase a starter kit. And so they have a family physician kit, which is all of those 10 oils that I just went over in the 5 ml bottle. So they're a little bit smaller. This is a full size 15 ml, and this is a 5 ml bottle. So you get a pack of those top 10 oils in the 5 ml bottle. Now, most of the oils, like I mentioned, the Maluka is about $20. Most of them are between 10 and 30, maybe 40, but most of them are around that price. Frankincense, though, is a $69 wholesale oil. It's one of the more expensive oils, and you get that one in a kit. You get it in the 5 ml, the smaller size, but you get it in this kit. So it's a really great option. So that's the Family Essentials kit. They also have a Home Essentials kit, which you get in the full 15 ml size. So there's the difference. The Family Essentials gets the 5 ml, has about 90 drops. The Home Essentials has the bigger bottles, the 15 ml, which is 250 drops. And so you get the bigger bottles, and then you get a diffuser for $275. So you're getting about 3 times as much oil plus a diffuser for $125 more, which is a pretty good deal. So those are the two favorite kits. There's about 10 starter kit options that you can purchase if you're interested in opening up your own wholesale account. I will post the link on the event of the wholesale kits if you guys are interested. If there's another oil that you are interested in, please let me know, and I am happy to get it for you. The other thing is, if you don't want one of those prepackaged kits, say you have a lot of those already, or those just aren't oils, there's specific oils that you want, you can pay the $35 membership fee and then add whatever oils you want and kind of make your own kit, kind of do a la carte and do your own kit. And that works too. So just let me know if you're interested. You can either purchase oils from me. I'm happy to order them and get them for you. Or you can, if you're interested in opening up your own wholesale account, let me know, and then you have the freedom to go online and order as much or as little as you want. There's definitely some benefits to that. You earn, of course, the more you spend, then the more free points you get back. And so, there's definitely some freebies there if you have your own account. But it's optional. It's what I recommend, but it's optional as well. I'm happy to order for you if you'd like. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me just tell you really quick. The special this month is if with any $200 order, you get a free deep blue oil and a free deep blue rub. So I don't have that. I'm just going to show this card. See that tube? You get a free tube of deep blue rub. It's like a cream that the deep blue oil, that pain oil, comes in, and it's in a cream form. So that's their March special. If you place a $200 order, you'll get a rub and a free deep blue oil, and it comes in the Touch roll-on. So it comes in like a roll-on bottle like this, which is really nice. So that's the special if you're interested in that. I'm going to you guys can unmute yourself. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, I don't see anybody having questions. This is going to kick us off in about 30 seconds. So if you want to chat more or you have any questions, just go on as soon as it kicks us off, just go back into the event and click back on that link. We have 40 minutes and then it kicks us off. So I think I'm done. Let me know if you have any questions, but if you want more information, I will hop back on to see if anyone else has any more questions. But if not, you guys have a good night. And like I said, just jump back on, click the link again if you have any questions, because our time is up. But thank you for joining us, and please let me know if you have any questions.